Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this is going to be my first Big Bad Toy Store haul video. Not my first haul from Big Bad Toy Store, but, you know, first one I'm making a video about. So these videos aren't going to be as frequent as my weekly hauls or the monthly Ami Ami hauls, but they'll be sprinkled, you know, throughout my uploads as I build up these piles of loot and decide to ship them out. But anyway, this video is a long time coming, so let's just get on with it. Starting with Figuarts, or Bandai, we've got the new, well, not so new anymore, Games Begin Super Saiyan Goku. So I've been waiting a really long time for this figure, and then even after I got it, I made myself wait even longer. But if you watched my first Ami Ami haul video where I got Super Saiyan 4 Goku, then you'll know that I kind of stopped collecting this line for a while, and only recently got back into it, with my main focus being on the 3.0 style figures. Giving myself some criteria and restrictions is helpful for a line as big as this one, with so many different versions of the same characters, you know, like how many Gokus, Vegetas, Piccolos, etc. do we have at this point. So before this guy, the only traditional quote-unquote Gokus that I had were the 2.0 Super Saiyan 3 and the new Daima Adult Goku. So when we got the reveal for this guy, you know, a new definitive Z-style Goku with the 3.0 articulation scheme, although I guess maybe consider this like 3.5 with the new shoulder and torso, but whatever. I was all in on this. So that being said, I did miss out on the Ami Ami pre-order. It got sold out like immediately, so I had to get it from Big Bad Toy Store. So one, there was a bit of a wait from when it officially released, like in Japan, versus when Big Bad Toy Store got it in stock. Then I was waiting for my pile of loot to build up to ship it out, and finally waiting to do this video. And now that I'm filming this, after this is done, I can finally open it up to take some pictures and get it on the shelf. But yeah, since I got it a while ago, but I'm just now, you know, getting the chance to really look at it and, you know, crack it open after this, I can kind of get excited about it all over again. I'm also really looking forward to all the new 3.0s coming out this year. We've got Base Form Goku, Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and then a couple of Vegetas as well. I think a new Trunks without the jacket. So yeah, there's a lot in the pipeline for the new style of figures they're doing. Next up is another Ami Ami pre-order that I missed, which is the Gravity or Ochako from My Hero Academia. The My Hero Academia line has been pretty solid, although I think Deku, who was the first release, is actually still the best of the bunch. Still, Ochako here looks pretty good, and I also like that they include the Toga, you know, transformation head to give you some more options. It's also appreciated that this line is focused on the costumes from the final arc, to kind of differentiate itself from the other My Hero Academia toy lines. So, you know, we've got Figma, who are doing early series stuff, and then Rebel Tech, who are doing kind of the mid-series costumes and designs. So, yeah. Also, from My Hero Academia, we've got Dabi in his white costume. So again, I like that they're kind of differentiating themselves from the other My Hero Academia lines. So with the Rebel Tech Amazing Yamaguchi Dabi, we got that classic black costume, but this one, of course, is his white outfit from the final arc. This is one of those weird figures that did not go up on Ami Ami, but it also, from what I could tell, was not a P Bandai exclusive, so I'm not really sure how that works or how you would get it normally. He did come with one of these, you know, brown shipper boxes, which is usually just for the premium Bandai ones, so I don't know if there's like some other tier of exclusives that they have, but yeah, so I had to get this guy through Big Bad Toy Store. Anyway, I did say that Deku is the best figure in the line, but just looking at Dabi, you know, I'll have to wait till I actually get him opened, but seems like he could be my new favorite. We'll see. And we've actually got quite a few figures coming up for this line, so, you know, even though the manga has been over for a while now, and the anime recently finished at the end of last year, the spirit of My Hero Academia lives on in plastic form. Next up, along with that new Goku, is one of my most anticipated Figuarts figures in a while, which is going to be the Gamerverse Cyclops. So, you know, they just have the generic Gamerverse labeling, but it's obviously inspired by Marvel vs. Capcom and those games. So like the Goku, the pre-order for this one sold out instantly, which, same thing ended up happening with the Game Reverse Spider-Man and most recently the Wolverine. But, I was able to get this guy in the end, didn't have to pay any crazy prices, so all's well that ends well. I did see that Spider-Man actually released, so I will have to get that one at some point. They actually did just tease the next character, which seems like it's going to be Psylocke, I think. So here's hoping that the line keeps going and we get a whole bunch more characters. Because I really love all the Marvel vs. Capcom designs. They're a little bit more stylized, anime-ified, if you will. And yeah, I think this figure looks pretty cool. And finally, from Bandai, we've got the new Concrete Crash Tamashii effect. So I really love these Tamashii effects, and whenever there's new ones or re-releases, I try to pick them up. This one in particular, coincidentally, I think is going to go really well with Ochako, but of course it'll be fun to use with any and all figures, since characters flying through concrete or destroying concrete, is always hype. So yeah. Moving on to Storm Collectibles, I've got the V-ism versions of Ken and Ryu. So these are the translucent purple ones, looking very cool. I love the regular Ken and Ryu figures, they're some of my favorites that released last year. And I love transparent plastic, or translucent I guess, so this was a must-buy for me. I have Sagat in my current pile of loot, and the other upcoming figures also look amazing. But I do have one major issue with this Storm Arena line, at least the Street Fighter line. And that's the way that they've been handling exclusives, which I think has just been really horrible, to put it bluntly. There's basically no way to get them for regular price unless you actually went to these conventions where they were sold, or if you just so happen to be on Big Bad Toy Store, or the recent Toyco Ken, for example, when those limited quantities went up, and then, sold out almost immediately. So besides these guys, I don't have any of the alt colors yet, but hopefully I can get them, someday for a good price. I wish they would do something like Jada and offer some sort of online pre-order for, people who don't go to conventions and toy shows and aren't, just always refreshing Big Bad Toy Store to check new listings. Especially because there's no, announcements. They seem to just, shadow drop these, and then if you're there and you get one, then you're lucky, but if not, you're not, so... the figures themselves in this line are amazing, and the pricing really cannot be beat. For what you're getting for $30-40, no one else in the industry is really giving you that same value. And it's not like you need the exclusives to complete a collection, since they're all just alt colors. But, as a big Street Fighter fan and somebody who would like to have a complete collection, it's pretty annoying how difficult it is to get them. But all that aside, these guys look very cool. And very excited to get Sagat in my next Big Bad Toy Store haul. And speaking of Jada, we've got Wave 3, I think it's Wave 3, of their Mega Man line. So this is going to include another Mega Man here, this time with a non-helmeted head. And we also got Woodman here, who's probably my favorite of this wave. And then last one is going to be Bubble Man, another fun design. So Jada's been putting out some great figures based on some more retro franchises and series like Mega Man obviously, Street Fighter 2, and Scooby-Doo, among others. Similar to Storm, their figures and prices are really putting most other companies to shame, and Jada figures, while not as nice as Storm I would say, are still very well worth the price, very well done. I like that they all come with unique accessories, and the posing is pretty solid, even on some of these more bulky or oddly shaped designs like Bubble Man and Woodman here. So yeah, always happy for more Jada stuff, and I'm most looking forward to completing the Street Fighter 2 roster since we're almost there, but then I'm also really enjoying what we have so far and what we've seen so far of the Scooby-Doo line. So I'd like to get the whole mystery gang together too. And then moving on to our miscellaneous stuff, we've got the Mafex Captain Marvel, the endgame version. So I picked this one up on sale, that's the main reason I got it. I do like this look for Captain Marvel, and she was pretty cool in the movie, but I probably wouldn't have gotten this one if it was full price. I don't get very many figures based on live action stuff, but every now and then a figure will call to me for whatever reason, and this was one of those cases. So yeah, thought it looked cool, and it was on sale, so figured why not pick it up. And then we've got the Mezco Nightwing. So this is basically the same figure as the red exclusive version that came out towards the end of last year, which I do have, so I already kind of knew what to expect from this one. The reason I got both is because I like both the blue and the red costumes. Couldn't really decide which one I wanted. Although the blue is definitely more of the iconic look, I think, when most people think of Nightwing. But yeah, anyway, not too much to say about this one. Just another solid Mezco figure. Photogenic as always, and very cool accessories. And here's another blue costumed character. This is going to be the Alphamax Ultraman Agul version 2 from Ultraman Gaia. So Alphamax, I think, is a smaller company, but they're putting out some really nice Ultraman figures. I have the Gaia V2, which you'll see in the pictures, and then I also have the Sky-type Tiga as well. I did miss out on the multi-type one, so here's hoping they re-release that. I do wish that they were a little bit more posable, but the suits and accessories are, top-notch, super high quality, so I don't mind too much. And for what it's worth, the packaging itself is actually very premium as well. There's kind of like a slight texture to the box here. It kind of reminds me of like a holographic trading card almost. But yeah, definitely very cool figures, especially if you've got some little tiny batteries which you can use for their eyes and some of their effects, which I don't have, but if I did, it would be even cooler. And now for something a bit controversial maybe, we've got a non-transforming Transformers figure. But that's how I prefer them, to be honest. I grew up with Transformers, and they're a lot of fun, obviously, to transform between robot and alt modes. But nowadays, I just prefer the ones that don't transform and are just pure, plain old action figures. The MDLX line from 3.0 is amazing, but Flame Toys is also doing some great Transformers figures. The only problem is that for most of their figures, which are under the Kuro Kara Kuri line, are super expensive. I only have one, which is the Shattered Glass Megatron, and it is legitimately like one of the nicest and coolest figures that I own, but with the size of it and the price of it, I can't really justify getting any more of them at this point in time, even though, like I said, they are super sick and really nice. So I'm really happy that they have a smaller line of figures at a price point that I'm more familiar with or used to. I think the only other one in this line so far is the Leo Prime, which I don't have, and then I did see that they have RC and Windblade, who went up for pre-order pretty recently. But anyway, to actually talk about this figure itself, what can I even say? It's based on the iconic Beast Wars Megatron design in all of its 90s glory, but kind of modernized and stylized as Flame Toys likes to do with their figures. Yeah, really looking forward to this guy and the upcoming figures in the line as well. And last, but certainly not least, is the Archcore Arc 49EX Centaur Gladiator Wahila, which is a whole mouthful of a name. Archcore is one of my favorite original IP lines for a few reasons. One, the designs are very sick, kind of Warhammer-esque. And then two, it's a very expansive line with a lot of different factions, vehicles, mechs, creatures, a lot of different things. And three, the scale, I would say, puts them in like a minifigure type category, which also includes some of my favorite toy lines as a kid. Things like Go-Go's Crazy Bones, Muscle, which are just the Kinnikuman Kinkeshi figures, Battle Beasts, Lego, obviously, just to name a few. So this line is kind of like everything that I loved as a kid, plus everything that I love now, like good articulation and anime or stylized designs. So yeah, always happy for more Archcore, even though they are pretty expensive, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, that is everything I got in my Big Bad Toy Store haul video. And with this video finally being filmed and soon to be edited and uploaded, which I've been really lazy about getting this done, I'm getting closer and closer to catching up on haul videos, kind of. I still have my January Ami order to do a video for, and my February one literally just got here the other day, so it's kind of building back up, but it'll be good to get this one off my plate and be able to open up all these figures and play with them and take pictures and all that fun stuff. But yeah, since I'm just doing this YouTube stuff for fun, not really expecting anything out of it, I don't mind being slow and taking my time with the uploads. But since none of that really matters to you guys, I'll just say thanks for watching as always, and see you next time.